So, Tails, are you ready to show everyone your artistic talents? Or is your master's paw only good for a nut?
Oh, you haven't seen me paint yet, Sonic. Maybe I'm a secret art genius. What are you gonna draw? A running hedgehog?
3 minutes for a hot air balloon? That's like a marathon at turtle speed for me. Already sketching the outlines.
Outlines? It's more like, I don't know, like a wrinkled pancake.
Okay, it's time. Now I'm going to show you what real inspiration is in action.
Wow! You're really getting serious! I hope your burst of inspiration doesn't lead to, well, you know...
Ha! You doubt it? You should, buddy. This will be a work that will make everyone's jaws drop.
Just remember to leave time for the details, because your speed is great, but details are important too.
Details? That's for those who are afraid to take risks. I'm banking on the pure energy of creativity.
Sonic, I hope this pure energy doesn't turn into pure chaos.
The important thing is that you don't run out of inspiration in a minute.
You guys are just watching and learning. There's about to be a masterpiece that will change the way you think about art. That's it. Neat. Yeah. And a little more. Almost perfect.
Yeah, almost perfect. And I'm just sticking to the classics here.
Classic? Tails? Art is no place to be boring. It needs a twist, an energy.
Sometimes simplicity is the highlight. It's all about balance, Sonic.
Balance? Tails, I'm not a yogi, I'm an artist at heart. You have to do things that make everyone gasp.
Sonic, you have a talent for awe effects. Just don't forget that the most important thing is to finish on time.
I wouldn't be surprised if your awe was like a paint explosion.
You'll see, it won't just be an explosion. It'll be a real fireworks display.
And then you'll tell me how hard it is to clean up the aftermath of fireworks?
You know, Tails, if I were in a contest for the coolest drawing, I'd be chosen unanimously.
Yeah, right. After the judges have had a good laugh at your drawing.
Hey, I'm not just posting here. This is real art. It tells a story.
The story of how you forgot what proportions are?
Proportions are for the boring. My style is freedom.
If freedom is when no one realizes what you've drawn, then you're probably already a master.
Watch out, Tails. Don't turn green with envy when my drawing surprises everyone.
It will, that's for sure. The only question is in what way.
I'd say your style is experimental surrealism.
That's right, Knuckles. And you, Tails, keep drawing your genius circles.
Well, let's see who gets the last laugh.
Oh, that's what I'm feeling. I can feel my balloon becoming almost alive.
Mine too. It's so round. You know, sometimes the simplest things are the best.
That's right. Have you ever wondered if we could draw as fast as we run? We'd have created a whole gallery by now.
Oh yeah. If I could paint like I could fly, it would be a masterpiece. But you know, sometimes it's not the speed that's more important. But as you say, the pleasure of the process.
Exactly. That's what I'm enjoying. Well, almost. I hope I didn't make my balloon an extra tail, or it'll look like a carrot.
Haha. Well, if it's a carrot, you can draw hair for dinner.
Ha! Well, if I'm going to draw a bunny, he's definitely going to need super speedy ears to keep up.
Yeah, and eyes that can follow your every move so you don't get lost in my whirlwinds.
All right, time's up. Let's see who's the real artist here.
I wonder what you drew there, Sonic. I'm honestly a little worried.
What's to be worried about? My masterpiece is breathtaking.
Okay, I believe in your masterpiece too. But let's see what I drew. This one is, shall we say, Balloon 2.0.
It looks like the artist forgot to add at least a couple details. Where's the gradient? Where's the volume?
Well, maybe that's the artistic concept? But honestly, this painting doesn't evoke any emotion from me.
Yeah, it's not breathtaking in any way at all. You and I have made much more breathtaking masterpieces. Well, it's obviously not a balloon, it's something else. Maybe it's an air disaster?
I don't know, Sonic. It looks like someone drew it with their eyes closed. Or just happened to pass it by.
What? It's not a ball again. Is it just a bunch of lines?
It looks like someone tried to draw a balloon but got too carried away and ended up creating a weird web.
Look, it looks like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a balloon, but someone keeps inflating it? Or does it just decide to become something else?
That's my balloon?
Wow, looks like my balloon is right on target.
There you go. I always said you were a real artist. It's definitely a balloon, and even I'm starting to doubt my drawing.
Well, what can I say? It's not just a balloon, it's a masterpiece. I was even surprised myself. Okay, Cupcake, this is going to be fun. My drawing is going to be super sweet.
Are you sure you can draw a cupcake and not something weird like last time?
Don't worry about it. This cupcake will be a real culinary masterpiece. On paper.
Well, I'll probably try to make it as detailed as possible. Maybe even add a cherry.
Okay, all set. My cupcake is going to be awesome. It's going to be colorful, with lots of frosting and of course a cherry on top.
I'm going to try to make it not only beautiful, but with perfect details. The kind of cupcake that you'll want to eat right away.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. I see you each have your own style. I wonder whose cupcake will turn out the most delicious.
Are you even sure drawing is better than just eating an actual cupcake? I'd rather eat it.
Personally, I think a cupcake should have caramel in it. It gives such a delicious, rich pulling effect. Frosting is for wimps.
What, are you serious? I mean, frosting is just a base for a real cake. It's supposed to be on top, shiny and delicious.
But you can't just fill a cake with frosting and think that's it. The caramel makes it more complex and unusual.
But the frosting makes it bright and appetizing. Can't you see how it sparkles? It makes the cupcake immediately attractive.
I think that if the cupcake is caramelized, it will be perfectly balanced. And the frosting is too sweet.
There, as always, you're on the side of some harsh flavor. Frosting is a symbol of a sweet holiday. Do you even understand?
Well, I'll still stick to caramel, and you're right there with that icing. Let it go.
All right then, you be with the caramel and I'll make a real masterpiece with the icing. We'll see who wins.
See, you've been wasting time talking about icing, and I'm almost done with my cupcake.
Are you being so quick? I haven't finished the mold yet and you're already almost icing it.
Well, you know, speed is my thing. When you paint at that speed, the results are instantly better.
Hey, take your time. It's important to not only finish, but to make it perfect. You need to pay attention to detail.
Oh, don't worry, I've got it all under control. Caramel cupcake isn't just food, it's art.
Well, if you say so, I'll try my best too. But don't forget that the frosting is part of the art too.
All right, we'll see whose cupcake is better. Let's go, time's almost up.
That's it. I'm just finishing up. But look how delicious it is. My cupcake will win for sure.
Well, Tails, it looks like my cupcake is a masterpiece. It's so beautiful you could put it in a gallery.
Well, you're an artist, and my cupcake is, you know, it's like simple and cozy, like a good old-fashioned recipe.
Oh, Tails, your cupcake would look great if you remembered to add the icing. Did you even notice it at all?
Frosting? Oh, right. I got a little carried away with the mold and the frosting. Well, it just kind of came on by itself.
Exactly. See how thoughtful I am. I told you my cupcake was art.
Okay, your cupcake is almost like a dream. But you know, mine isn't too bad either.
Wow, that cupcake looks like it was drawn by someone who's never seen a cupcake in his life.
It's not even a cupcake. It's some kind of, I don't know what it is even. Maybe a cookie with frosting?
Well, the cupcake didn't work out this time. It looks more like some kind of weird cookie than a sweet treat.
Looks like someone just forgot to add frosting and caramel. Or at least a couple berries on top for beauty.
Oh, look, Tails, your cupcake looks more like a seashell than something edible.
Hey, it's not just a seashell. It's creative. It's a nautical style of pastry making, you might say.
Yeah, sure, nautical style.
Okay, here's my masterpiece. It's not just a cupcake, it's a true work of art. Look how the frosting shimmers. Wow, Sonic, are you serious? It looks so, well, like real candy. I can't even believe you did that.
Okay, anime, huh? Well, let's draw someone epic, like some kind of superhero. Wait though, that's too easy. We need someone cooler.
How about we create a character that combines elements of magic and science? Something like, scientific wizard.
Yeah, interesting. But only if he has superpowers. Like he could control time or even freeze everything around him.
Yeah, and he can also fly. I'll probably make him with huge wings like an angel.
You know, I decided not to bother. I just want to draw a regular guy who looks like everyone else at the same time, as long as the facial features are super expressive.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. You mean a universal character like that? So he can be good, evil, or whatever you want him to be.
Yes! No intricate details, just a good balance so the face speaks for itself. So what are you going to draw?
I think I'll draw something more unique, like a superhero with sparkly eyes and a magical aura. I think I'll draw something more unique, like a superhero with sparkly eyes and a magical aura. Oh, that's an easy question. I love anime where the main character is always someone with incredible powers. I'd probably pick something like Naruto or My Heroes because there's always such epic fights and lots of emotion.
Wow, yeah, that describes you exactly. A superhero with high ideals. I, on the other hand, prefer something more fun like One Punch Man. It's also really fun there.
Oh, I get it. So you draw a hero with great strength, and I draw a hero who always carries his best tools with him.
What's one anime you don't like at all? You know, that you couldn't finish watching at all, for example?
To be honest, I don't like it when anime is too slow-paced and there's too much talking. It's boring, especially if there's no action.
Yeah, I get it. So you mean you need more action, like in our world with you, where everything happens fast and cool?
Exactly! Less talking, more highlights. I love it when the plot is moving and the characters are fighting or saving the world or something.
You know, I don't like it when anime is too long, especially when there are tons of episodes and you're waiting for something cool to happen and it just keeps dragging on and the action never starts. It's just exhausting.
Yeah, especially when the episodes are almost the same and the character is always thinking, not deciding anything. I don't like it at all when they can't act right away and keep putting off important moments.
Yes! Those long flashbacks and repetitive scenes, they stretch out the time so much. I want something to finally go forward instead of you sitting around waiting 5 episodes at a time for something to happen.
Exactly! It's like if you're standing in line and someone keeps slowing down instead of just doing their thing. I wish they'd just get right to the point.
Hey, Tails. We got so engrossed in talking about our favorite anime that we didn't notice our drawing time was almost up. We only have 5 seconds to finish this masterpiece.
Face looks pretty friendly, but I feel like more details could have been added, especially to the clothes, to make the character more interesting.
Well, yeah, just a smiling face is fine, but if at least something was more unique or unusual, it would be better. As it is, overall, it's okay.
I agree. Even if it's not a masterpiece, you can give it a good grade for such a positive picture. A smile is always a plus.
Oh, well, that's interesting. It's clearly an alien, and I like that he's so unusual. Though maybe you could make him a little more, well, scary?
What? I didn't mean for him to be scary. I just thought the unusual shapes and big eyes would make him funny and cute. Wow, Sonic, this is really awesome. It's just like something out of a real anime. You worked out all the details so well.
Hey, I'm a professional after all. I wanted the drawing to be cool, with clean lines and facial expressions so it looks like a real character. Okay, a storm. Well, of course we should draw a powerful tornado that rips everything in its path, and of course a destroyed house, just like in a real storm.
Oh, that's a cool idea. But are you sure you should draw the house? Why don't we do some ruined buildings instead? Like towers. I think they'd look more impressive.
Nah, Tails. That's a classic. A house is something really symbolic. You know how it is in the movies when the storm destroys everything.
Well, if you say so, then okay. But don't forget the clouds and lightning. They have to be super spectacular.
Oh, well, I have a story. I once got caught in such a storm that it felt like the whole world was just turning over. Can you imagine I was running and all of a sudden there was such a wind that I was almost lifted into the air?
Really? How did that happen? Were you even able to stay on your feet?
Well, I struggled but still stood upright. The wind was so strong I could barely find shelter and it was raining like a bucket. I'm like a superhero, but I still had to find shelter.
Wow, that sounds like a real storm. What did you do once you were in the shelter? Did you hide there until the end?
No. I can't sit still for long, even if it's a storm. I jumped out to check it out to see how it would develop. I wanted to see how fast I could run through it.
You probably just aren't afraid of anything. Even natural disasters like this can't hurt you.
Ha! I painted the house, so I went with this tornado. If I had a storm in my house, I'd have to put up stronger windows or everything would fly away.
I realize that the most important thing is to create a real storm. You can't do it without a tornado. I think I can do it. At least scare somebody a little bit.
You're as serious as ever, Tails. I'd probably fill in all the details myself, but I figured the house is part of the storm, you know?
Well, I can't be a wuss here. A tornado, you know, is not a simple phenomenon. I tried to make it as cool as possible. I guess everyone will be shocked when they see it.
I'm sure your tornado is a real whirlwind, but if we both survive that, maybe we'll get all the hurricanes in Roblox together and have a speed championship.
That would be awesome. But who would win, the house or the tornado?
You know, Tails, if I was in a real storm, I'd just take my super speed and outrun all the winds. Although maybe I'd play with the tornado, turn it into a cool show.
You'd be good with that, I'm sure.
Except what if the tornado was so strong that you couldn't outrun it?
If I got caught in a storm like that, I'd just speed off into the past and then back to the future to avoid all that wind trouble.
Ha! You just want to turn a storm into an adventure. I'm picturing you being in the center of the strongest tornado and just turning around and saying, "Well, guys, here to join you for lunch."
There's not much time left. We need to draw the tornado in time to make everyone think it's a real disaster.
Yeah, let's speed it up. If we don't, we'll be laughed at for sure. And you promised to draw a masterpiece, remember?
Don't worry, I'll be on time as always. Painting a storm is just like running. It just takes a little precision.
Speed is good, but now we need more precision to make the tornado look real. Wow, is that minimalism? It seems like I could have even done better with just one line.
That's certainly bold, but what is that anyway? It's like if the tornado just didn't start spinning.
I don't know, maybe that's the style, but I'm not sure it conveyed the full force of the storm.
I think there's something interesting even in this picture. The only question is whether the author was able to convey anything at all.
Yeah, well, it's what they call a blank canvas, but I guess there was a point to it.
Well, it's already looking like something, but it's a little lacking in dynamics, huh?
Yeah, there seems to be a storm and the house is kind of... but it feels a little stale. Why is it so quiet around here?
I guess the storm didn't have enough speed. I should have added some lightning bolts to make it more epic.
Yeah, or at least draw more wind, it's slow. Is the hurricane hibernating?
Well, yeah, it's kinda okay, but it's too calm for storms. Now that's different. That's a straight-up storm in one drawing, just like a real storm.
Wow, you really got all the elements in the right order. There's lightning, clouds, and you can even feel the wind.
Well, there you go. Like I said, when there's a good storm, you can always expect to win.
Yeah, I didn't expect us to do so well. All of our drawings are masterpieces.